Bleep. Bring this guy down. Pow. Pow. There we go. Turn the music back on. Huh? There's an apply button. It glows. Hilarious. Alright, we're back into it. We're back into playing Bladesong. A new community challenge is on. God, this community challenge would have been great for Ethel. She could have just resubmitted her scissors sword. Decently brewed tea. What do we got on the go today? So we're doing story. Are you paying enough? Paying half enough. Steadfast, beyond repair. Yeah, a moment. Oh, actually, you're doing great. Oh, no, hold on. That's an insane guy. You're taking 18, 4, 17, 70. 18, 4 is 14, yeah, 70. And then stuff. And you're 6. Impact and speed and balance. Nah, I'm good, fam. What do you got? Mobility, sharpness, stiffness. You're pushing it. Weight and blade length, and it's a short one. That's not too hard to deal with. At 10 for 720. Yite. Yite indeed. Can you make me a new one? Yes. We were just doing some lore crafting, some theory crafting in the Bladesong Discord just then. I forgot to advertise again. I gotta do that. Let me see. Crack that back open. Knew I forgot something. Knew it. Remembered. Please remember. Advertise your stream. Why yawn? Why yawn? I'm fine. I got 4 hours of sleep last night. I don't know why either. I woke up and I share. Copy. I woke up at 8. No reason. Didn't even need to use the bathroom. Just like, hey, I guess I'm awake now. Discord coverage. Ba 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 ba. The theme is Wayfinder, by the way. Just, oh, I get 8. Like, I guess this is life now. You'll never guess what new event. Did you guess that I was streaming Bladesong? Did? Well, damn. There we go. Get rid of the embeds because I want to clog up the channel. There we go. Now we can play. That's a change width. I'm probably going to need that change width actually. We're going to drop the cross section on it right away. And then we're going to disenthickened. Put a point on it. Broad point. Point. There we go. And now we're just gonna put a hand on it. I think it still needs a pommel. Right now they just need to name a sword Chuck. Hey. I do love that one. She's just like, keep the steel. Got 3 left, and that's enough for a bit of this, that, and the other thing. End of the day. Day's profit minus 451. Did I spend it on something? St. Marigor's, I don't think... Oh no, this is for earning stuff. Enter the Corpus Calestis. Search for text about Aaron Keep from Read. Primitive hill shrine to a significant city. The author admits the records from before the age of song are scarce. The shrine's object of worship remains a mystery. Foundstone Ward. The first township started as a farmer's market selling to the priests above. Shrine fell into disuse once the Age of Song began. Foundstone. I'm just gonna hold on to that. I'm just gonna drop that in here. There we go. Kingdom of Talind. Treachery of his advisors, King Ithamond was deposed, and the coup's ringleader, Caldero Varian, was appointed Duke. Close the book. Night has fallen, and you need to head home if you want to avoid the curfew. Poundstone. Brennan has recovered enough to sit. Ooh! Brennan has recovered. Brennan has recovered enough to sit upright and slurp from a bowl of soup. He listens thoughtfully as you tell him Amaril's plan. That could bloody work, you know? You take care of the distraction. A slow grin spreads across Brennan's face. Might have an idea of 5. That's a plan, son. I don't know how to thank you. Truly. Don't thank me until Astrid's safe. We stabby goblins. Like, I know these people. They are my people. His gruff voice is thick with emotion. His leathery face crumples. Let's bring her home, eh? Sometimes, you just gotta know how to lock in. Footman. Open the door. A liveried footman stands outside in the pouring rain, his blonde curls flattened against his, damply against his head. He glares at you, water dribbling down his lack of chin, and pulls out a piece of sodden parchment. I am Percival Munt, senior footman in the employ of the Right Honourable Lady Octavia, Dowager Countess and Grand Dame of the House of Cassington, Keeper of the Wheel, twice decorated by the Varian Dukes for services to the Treasury, and holder of 17 other titles and honors, which I shall enumerate forthwith. He hunches over, wiping rain away from his face to try to protect the paper from the downpour. Let him suffer. Skip to the part where you tell me what you want. For goodness sake, I'm in out of the rain. Thank you. He steps to your forge, a puddle forming under him as he wrings out his fancy waistcoat. You should be on it, Smith. Lady Cassington would like to commission a sword from you. What manner of blade? He glances at the parchment, squinting at the watered, blurred ink She writes, "A blade of moderate length, suitable for a man who has thus far shown no inclination toward martial pursuits, physical exertion, or indeed any activity which might cause him to break a sweat other than rolling around in bed with whores." He coughs, composes himself, then carries on. "The sword should be handsome. I will not have him mistaken for a common soldier. But it should also be functional in the hope he might one day deign to use it. And it should be heavy. The boy could stand to build some muscle." She also notes, and I quote, "I come to you on the recommendation of an old friend who assures me you are a smith of great skill. Through it, I shall inspect the blade personally upon delivery. And if I detect a hint of shoddy workmanship, you shall not receive a single dollar from me." Doesn't think much of her son, does she? I couldn't possibly comment. He rummages in his pocket, pulling out a folded sheet of vellum with a wax seal. Opening it, you see an invitation to an audience with Lady Cassington. "When your work is finished, deliver it to her ladyship's manor on the High Citadel. You can show this letter of passage to the knights at the gate. Don't disappoint her ladyship." Scurry, scurry, scurry. The footman scurries out into the street, cursing as his foot splashes in a puddle before leaping into his waiting carriage. It rattles off down the street and is lost in a veil of rain. "It must be heavy. Did no requirement. Two-handed. Fuck it. Fuck it. All they need is sharpness and stiffness. We know what to do. Oh, what? Oh, it's capped out at a meter. Interesting. Add some width. Actually, let's give him something to laugh about. You see, he gets wider near the tip. It's not uncommon for great swords. Regular point. There we go. There we go. Hey-oh. Being weird about logins. Actual privacy security settings. Yeah. I know that feeling. Every time I open up ResearchGate, it's like, no, you're a robot. I'm like, really not. I have a separate browser for ResearchGate. Let's see. What do I want to put on here next? Cross-section. And let's put on a second cross-section nearer the tip. Out here, actually. Sharpness -1. No, none of that. Go backwards. Good. We got our balance up at 47. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we might want to bring down the thick... No, we're at 0.72 thickness. We'll bring down the thickness. Yeah. Well, of course, the only people who worry about their browser security are clearly the people who are, you know, have to pay for that stuff. Poor people don't pay for things. Clearly. We live in a weird world. We live in a weird world. Where's that second cross-section? Give me this. Huh. And we'll put on some taper thickness, because I'm not a heretic. There we go. Down to 6.4. We're at point of balance 48. Well, she wanted it to be heavy. It's only at 1.3 kilograms yet. We'll fix that up. I'm going to add in... I'm going to add in some parrying hooks. Slap these on here. Well, I could just do a shield like that. That isn't bad. That does look nice. I might take off the ricasso. Does it need to be shallower? I think it needs to be shallower. Oh. Let's move this one down. There we go. Just a little deflection. Now, well, I mean, if he's going to be fancy about it, I've got 10 steel to burn. Let's be, what's the word? Oh, let me shrink it. Oh, let me shrink it. That's unfortunate. I was going to be ostentatious. At the right size? Almost. That's the right size. Bang, bang. The lower ones are smaller. Slap on a threatening maw. Threatening maw goes on top. Nope. There we go. I also need to start taking a few more precautions about my web security. Part of the issue is that I want my presence in their systems to be as, what's the word? Noteworthy as possible. Pop that there, grab that, throw that there. Where's that Sihinora's might? There we go. We have a rain guard. Leather. Oh, indigo. Very good. That makes that easier. We're also going to throw on a grip. We'll actually start with an inverse taper. Hey-oh! This is, Cassington. This is Cassington's son's sword. And we'll do you, smaller taper. I actually need another. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're good. And indigo. Shit. And I can't control Z in this. Rain. Guard. Indigo. Also going to... Yeah, there's a bug I keep forgetting about. Sword stuff. This should progress the story. Slot that in there. Slot that in there. Riser. Or do I know I need a small ferrule here? You're not a small ferrule, are you? Do I want a riser? I don't think I want a riser. Cord. Ribbed. There we go. Is that enough for indigo? That's enough for indigo. Now we need silver. Not silk, silver. There we go. Well, might as well hit that polish all the way up. We got our silver requirement. Is everything on here? Oh, the other side. We'll make these into silver. We still need a pommel. Oh, come on, there's only one real pommel for this, isn't there? Oh, there might be a couple. There might be a couple. That might be a good pommel. What's our point of balance? 24 centimeters. That's still a little high. That's up here. Oh, did they make the anvil bigger? No. No, meter. That's up here. That's way too high. I'm gonna need to... Ooh, there we go. I'm gonna need to put a peen on it. A stumpy peen. There we go. Still at 25. But this is going to be a good enough start, I think. I'm tempted to steal this part. Let's do fine wood. Or do we have dark wood yet? We don't have dark wood yet. Fine. Fine wood. And what else do we have? A maker's mark. Snuck under here. The funniest parts is that the karma of what I'm doing... Oh, we can gild that, can't we? The funniest part is that the swords that are going to be preserved are going to be the ones that aren't used. And in my case, those will be the ones that, how do we put it? Suck? So it'll be all the ones I made for the nobles. And up. Which is unfortunate, because I am not proud of the ones I've made for the nobles. Survivor-wise, yeah. It's a big problem, actually, because in longsword, German longsword particularly, all the sources show us swords that are like the height of their wielder, or up to their shoulder, or some such. And then, fucking, all the ones we have historically are like 135 centimeters long. I think just kind of cap out there. There's a few that are longer, but... Now, we need to go back over here. We're adding on some polish. The blade all the way up. Oh, look at the area. Oh, the sword shakes when I hit it. There, width. Look at the width. Get it to do it sometimes. Well, that's every one of those. It's got a bit of gold on it. It's a sword. It will work. It's a little heavy. It's rather heavy. How? And it's sharp the entire way down. I can bring that balance down, actually. I can bring that balance down in one easy step. There's a good chunk of the balance down. Renown. Renowns. Ha! Brennan peers over my shoulder. Looks like a fine blade to me. May it bring much joy to Lazy Cassington and her syphilitic son, and most of all, to us. It's a shame to give a beautiful sword to such a useless fellow. Just now figuring out the class system, are you? Are you? I just figured out the class system. I can't get my voice low enough to be Brennan. It'd be terrible for his role. Place a hand on your shoulder, looking you deep in the eyes. Once you're in, focus on getting Astrid out of there in one piece. Do whatever it takes, understand? Any advice? If you're rumbled, the supply ramp makes for a serviceable slide in a pinch. Ah! Good fortune, sonner. Aha! Oh my god, we're the sonner! We gotta go beat up the serpent! I wish I was coming with you. I really do. His voice is thick with emotion. He turns away quickly, as though immensely interested in the wall. Oh, the poor boy. Poor boy tried to stab me at least once. No, wait, no, he never tried to stab me. Has anyone tried to stab me yet? A couple people out in the camp. Brian, what do you got? Gold. 126, 17. 17 is 8.5. 85. Yeah, 41 plus gold. Yeah, we're good. You got a balance, you got an impact. So you get a weight, you got an impact. And you got a speed. That's gonna be a little weird, but let's do it. You got a two-handed speed? Yeah, let's go. Two-handed speed. Let's get our length up. Looks like it's gonna be a big one. 90's good. We're going to go... We're just gonna do another two-hander. I'm gonna slap this together. Width. We're gonna taper width, and we're gonna inverse taper that width again. That gets us our impact. Gives us our point, narrow point. Ugh. There's our narrow point. And our weight's too high. That's because we're not done bringing it down. Where are we? 87? There we go. And now we slap a Zwei. We leave. We go out. I'm not going to Quell. Fuck off, Quell. Surveys wares. The man knows what I want. 100 of those. Goodbye to the peddler. He's not contagious. There's your impact. And now speed. Same thing as last time. Inverse taper. Oval. Oval. Not oval. It'll be inverse taper. Mild taper. Smaller. Oh. It's doing the meme. There you go. Let's give you a ferrule that works. Well, the celebratory handle does look like a pommel. Why does this go out so far? What's happening here? Oh, there you go. Bob is your uncle. Mine too. Do we have cord wrap yet? We only have ribbed. Get some cord. With my incredible capitalization prowess. Call that a day. Citadel Square. When I'm ready, I should try to enter the High Citadel with the Lady Cassington's sword. That's intriguing. Citadel Square, the beating heart of Erin Keep. Market stalls trace a colorful maze around its perimeter. Above it, the High Citadel looms. Enter the High Citadel. The gates tower overhead. A knight watches you, hand resting on the hilt of his sword. Halt, citizen! The Citadel is off limits to the likes of you. I have been invited by Lady Cassington. The knight snatches your invitation and reads through it carefully. Ah, the bladesmith. Yes, the lady informed us you would be visiting. You'll have to disarm, of course. He points to the wrapped bundle in your arms, pommel jutting from the cloth. The sword is the whole reason I'm here. The knight calls over one of his fellows, and two of them have a hushed conversation. Finally, he beckons you forward. You may enter, but I will be your escort. Keep the blade tucked away. If you bear steel in my presence, your life is forfeit. He turns around and raises a gauntleted fist to some unseen guard up above. With an immense grinding and rumbling, the great doors part just enough to allow your passage. Ascend to the High Citadel. Ah, new area! Slap a poster on the walls. Just like walk in, slap. Ooh. 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 Okay. Submerged tapes outdoing themselves. Also, Notre Dame in the background. Like I can't recognize those. Doesn't have the flying buttresses, though. You crest the top of the stairs, your feet aching. You find yourself in a different world. What do we got? I don't know if we get to come back here. We've got Birdcrest, 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 Guy in honestly quite a bit of drip. We've got presumably a lady in the background, also with a drip. Knight on horseback, major drip. Getting a picture of that. We've also got bird-crested lamps and Birdcrest. Is there any other Birdcrests I've missed? You, oh yeah, there's one on you, obviously. Oh, I dig that song, though. They got Gothic architecture on the goddamn house. Like, there's a steeple on the house. That house is a turret. What are you doing up there, banging? The air is fresh, untainted by the smoke and stench of the city below. Trees are planted at regular intervals along the promenades, emerald leaves rustling in the mountain breeze. God damn it, there's a song. Hold on. Yep, there's Mountain by Rithen Hilt. We had Golden Heresy earlier. The streets are lined with lanterns that banish the night. The nobles' manors look like palaces in their own right. Halls of gray stone with arched cloisters and lush gardens. Yet they are all dwarfed by the Masked King's palace looming at the Citadel's heart. Your knightly escort sticks by your side. He shows no sign that the long climb discomforted him, despite the heavy armor. Oh, I just realized they got the fucking dragon, like from the Stavkirka. That's cool. Follow me to Lady Cassington's estate. Please, let me immediately slap a poster on the underside of this bridge. As you proceed, a noble strolls past in silks that probably cost more than your forge. A servant in colorful livery scurries away, eyes carefully downcast. Another knight trots up by on horseback, his resplendent plumage and velvet cloak fluttering. No, my forge cost the Monders. Got me a dog, though. Mind your manners while you are up here, Smith. I will be on my best behavior. Good. I lied. Lady Cassington's estate is just as elegant as the others. The lady herself does not deign to meet you. Instead, you are ushered into an elegant waiting room where you hand the blade over to a servant. Sometime later, he returns with a bag of thalers. Lady Cassington deems the sword to be of acceptable quality. You may take your money and go, Smith. Continue. It has been an honor. The night escort leads you back out on the street. A few minutes later, he stops dead, flipping up his visor and sniffing at the air. Do you smell smoke? Oh, yes. Brennan, you fuck nugget. There is an acrid tang to the air. A hint of smoke that wasn't there when you first climbed the stairs. Something's on fire. A whinny cuts through the air. A knight on horseback is galloping down the street, hooves sparking on the flagstones. Fire! Fire down below! The knight gallops past it at full tilt. People emerge from grand houses in a confused, milling crowd. Nobles and servants and knights alike. Dry reads. Something's wrong. Your companion grabs a passing servant by the arm. What's happening? Seneschal's orders. All hands are needed down in the city. Every able man in the citadel. The servant wriggles free and rejoins the crowd. Let's get a view of the situation. He leads you to a squat tower that juts out from the high citadel's eastern wall. After climbing a spiral staircase, you stand upon a stern battlement that overlooks Arran Keep. Gaze out over the citadel. That better not be my forge. A dull red glow. Oh, hold on. We can geolocate this. There's a tower, there's a tower, there's a tower. I think that's the front gate. Our forge is over here. So what's this? A dull red glow illuminates the night sky. The stars are blotted out by a wall of smoke. Far below, an enormous fire is raging. A conflagration that looks to have consumed a quarter of the city in its blazing maw. Hopefully not our quarter. That's the warehouse district! That's the warehouse district. You can see amidst the shadows and smoke a chain of figures struggling to put out the fire with buckets from the canal. It's clearly a doomed effort. The warehouse district. Everything's kept there. The grain, the salt, oh, God. You know what? Yeah, he said no matter the cost. Everything's kept there. The grain, the salt, the timber, the food, all our food. You left all the food down there? If that fire spreads, the city starves. As he stands transfixed by the sight, you notice a ring of keys hanging in his belt. There's a lot of dangling keys. It could prove useful once you're searching the palace for Astrid. Damn you! Do we gamba? No. There's a great roar of flame, followed by a rumble and a shower of sparks as something collapses. Fire rises, clawing at the night sky as cinders dance in the breeze like incandescent snowflakes. We need to get down there. The knight dashes away, armor rattling with each step. He doesn't look back. This is your chance, whether or not Brennan's reckless arson was worth it. It certainly diverted the attention of the High Citadel's guards. The palace is unguarded. It is an eerie feeling, slipping through the great doors unaccosted, your footsteps echoing on marble. The entrance hall is not empty. You spy foppish courtiers, maids, a few uneasy squires. They pay you no mind. They're wrapped in either blind panic or somber discussion. Follow the directions Brennan gave us. Yeah, distraction. Perhaps kill literally everyone? As you head down a tapestry-lined corridor, you cross paths with a sallow man with silver hair. His pale eyes meet yours with a flicker of surprise. With a jolt, you recognize him as the Seneschal. Well, shouldn't you be down in the city fighting the fire? My orders were very clear. I'm routing up able-bodied men, sire. Is this the way to the Eagle Tower? Strong pair of arms on you. You should be fighting the fire. Seneschals do not stray from yours. They're as cold as a winter lake, but you detect a flicker of amusement inside her lips. I'm going to bed. The damage won't be evident until dawn anyway. As the man in charge of supply and rationing, I expect a very long day tomorrow. You have no such excuse. Head down to the city and do your duty. With a frosty smile, he stares at you and waits for you to follow his command. Pretend to leave, then double back. By the time you depart down the corridor, turn a corner, and dart into a side room. By the time you return, the Seneschal is nowhere to be seen. Make your way to the Eagle Tower. Try the handle, it's locked. Pick the lock. Success! The door might be sturdy, but the lock is relatively simple. After a moment's fiddling, it springs open. Not a moment too soon, you hear the heavy footsteps of a knight approaching. Evidently not all have gone to fight the fire. You slip inside and shut the door behind you. Climb the Eagle Tower. Oh god. More stairs are unwelcome after the long climb up to the high citadel in the first place. As you ascend, you peek out a window and see the city far below, wreathed in smoke. You are now exhausted. Haha! You hear footsteps descending from above. Another guard, perhaps, heading down the stairs to investigate the commotion? Hide. Fortunately, there's a door, just a few more steps up. You duck through it as quietly as you can and find yourself in a curious chamber. It is a blackboard on the wall and a wall of bookshelves. In the center is a single writing desk, covered in scattered papers. Examine the papers, 35%. Oh. The handwriting is chicken scratch scrawl, but it seems to be a series of questions and answers about various forms of address and etiquette in Aaron Keep. The name of the top is Astrid, written in a shaky hand. Success! Curiously, the questions are posed as though the test taker were a person of high birth. How to greet a lesser lord, how to receive a petition from a commoner, when to permit a guest to sit in one's presence. Where have I read that before? It seems Astrid really was attending private lessons. Continue the climb. The footsteps have long since faded. The coast is clear. As you ascend, you pass through... As you ascend, you pass through several more rooms clearly intended for teaching. A fencing hall with wooden dummies and rapiers on the wall. Oh, rapiers confirmed! A war room with a giant map of Talind and a scale model of Aaron Keep. Covered in tiny flags to denote soldiers. You keep climbing until you finally reach the apex of the tower. Enter the Princeling's chamber. End! Well, the fire is already set. Glad for that. Let's take a look at the iconography around in the room as we view the tortured child. Masks. Different types. All male, masculine. I don't see any feminine masks. Oh, there might be one, maybe. We see a retort. That looks like a percolator. That also looks like a percolator. That's a retort, which implies this is being stilled directly into her blood. I wonder what these tubes are made out of. They are glowing. We have... Yeah. This is another part. This is the case of powered by a tortured child? Yes! Actually, I think the tortured child might be the Emperor. Might be the Masked King. Do we have anything else in the shadows? I'm going to take a good picture of this. The chamber is circular, occupying the crown of the tower. Vials and alembics, that would be the retorts, the beaked ones, bubble with crimson fluid, and the floor is carved with intricate sigils. It might be sigils. I think it's sigils. Masks adorn the walls like paintings in a gallery. Dozens, perhaps hundreds, some cracked, some shattered into fragments. Beneath each is a brass plaque bearing a date. In the center of the room stands an apparatus that resembles a great throne. Curving glass tubes extend from the chair, carrying a faint bloody glow down the floor. The liquid in the tubes pulses with a rhythm like a heartbeat. Is that dragon blood? Oh my god, is that dragon blood? Is this where we get dragon blood steel? Importantly, we have here, at the Arch of the Crown, or the Arch of the Throne, which actually looks like a somewhat comfortable piece of stone, the head of Aaron Keep. That's the top of the bird. And then we also have a different type of wing down here. Seated upon the throne, held fast by leather straps, is Astrid. A forest of needles. Yeah, I knew that kid was Tarnus. A forest of needles are embedded in her skin, pumping her with fluid from surrounding glassware. Hello, Astrid, question mark. Hello, Smith. I assume you're here to rescue me. Her voice is eerily calm. A crimson mask rests upon her face. Is it Astrid I'm speaking to, or the mask? You imply a distinction. Remove the mask. You pull at the mask, and Astrid shrieks in pain. The mask flakes away piece by piece, like you're picking at a scab. It hurts! It hurts! As parts of the mask come away, the rest seems to cling to her face more fiercely than before, digging into her skin. The pieces hold fast no matter how much you pull, and the effort clearly causes her immense pain. Please, Smith. Her final plea sounds more like her again, though full of fear. After that, she goes limp, her eyes rolled back in her head. You pull the needles from her flesh and cut away the straps holding her down. What do they do to you? She doesn't reply. She's completely unconscious, and your gentle shaking does nothing to wake her. You lay her gently down. Destroy the apparatus. You pick up a hammer from the workbench and swing it up with a blacksmith's strength. Glass shatters, a beam snaps, the smell of copper fills the air as scarlet liquid splashes over your boots. 1, 2, 3 mighty blows. I am exhausted one day. And the chair is scattered in pieces across the room. You swing and swing until you're soaked in sweat and the surrounding glassware is reduced to shards. When whatever they've built here, they'll need to rebuild from scratch. Carry Astrid away from this place. You hoist her over your shoulders. It's easy. She weighs less than a feather. Her skin is pale and clammy to the touch. Leave the tower. High Citadel. Ah, hey, we got a guy. The High Citadel is cloaked in darkness and consumed with panic, but a smith carrying an unconscious girl over one shoulder would still spell trouble as spotted. Hide in the shadows. Finesse, failure. Oh, success! Ah! Sneaking behind walls and ducking under trees, you make your way through the High Citadel undetected. The stairs down to the city are below present a new hurdle, however. A knight stands guard at the gates with no easy way to slip behind him. Wait for the right moment. Finesse! You now watch from the shadows, scarcely daring to breathe. You're not sure how much time passes. 20 minutes? An hour? At last, an opportunity presents itself. The knight steps away to converse with a passing nobleman. Success! You slip behind them and down the stairs, silent as a ghost. I have a guess because there are two possible people. The Marshal and the Seneschal. Descend. There are knights in the Citadel Square, but their attention is elsewhere, trying to calm a growing mob. The city of Erin Keep lies under curfew and a shroud of smoke, and the Watch are fully occupied fighting the fire. You run into no trouble once the High Citadel is behind you. You carry Astrid all the way back to your forge and collapse at the door, your lungs burning. Bend, bot! Oh, no, I didn't get to read the last part. I assume we pass out. You dream of the fortune teller, her face lit by the ruddy glow of an inferno. Her withered lips are curled into an approving smile. She opens her mouth, and Caswin's voice emerges. Wake up, Smith, wake up! Do as he says. Fuck off. You open your eyes. You're propped up in the workshop under a rough-spun blanket. Caswin is crouched beside you, concerned. Russell is sat across the room, cradling Astrid's head in her lap. The girl is asleep, but stirring fitfully and occasionally whimpering in panic. The broken mask is still fused to her face. Brennan stands in the corner, stained black from soot and smoke. His grin is a white crescent in the shadow. You did it, son. You brought her home. Russell's hand brushes the hair from Astrid's sleeping face, her fingers lingering on the edges of a shattered mask. You did well to get her out of there, Smith. Poor girl. It looks painful. How's she doing? She's exhausted. There's nothing physically wrong with her. I can't remove the remnants of the mask, however. It seems to become one with her face. I hope she wakes soon. She's been through a lot. It may take a long while for her to return to us. Caswin interjects, practically shaking with excitement. Can't believe you snuck into the High Citadel, alone, and broke out of one of their most prized prisoners. How'd you do it? All in a day's work. Something like hero worship shines in Caswin's eyes. Peace, Caswin. You give the smith a big head. It's Caswin, actually. Caswin mumbles the correction so quietly you're not sure how Russell heard. He turns to you and clears his throat. You're not sure Russell heard. He turns to you and clears his throat. What was the state she was in when you found her? Worse. Describe what you saw in the princeling's chamber. The three of them are silent for a while after you finish speaking. Fascinating. Terrifying. Masks. Tubes. Strange concoctions. What could it mean? Perhaps they are trying to create a new masked king. But why? The current one seems pretty damn powerful, and surely wouldn't want to be replaced. He coughs, sending up a plume of soot. Whatever. We saved her from it. Operation was a total success, no question. Brendan, you never told me your distraction was going to involve burning down the entire warehouse district. Fire got out of hand, son. It never intended to get as big as it did. The wind picked up and spread it to the granaries. Flour exploded and the rest is history. Diplomacy failure? You gotta understand it had to be something spectacular. The Knights of the Citadel will never let their post for anything less. At least Astrid is safe. How many lives is one girl worth? A dozen? 100? I know you had reasons, Brennan. I'm glad Astrid is safe. This is going to be more than just a few rumbling bellies. The city can survive a little longer. The important thing is that Astrid's safe, right? No point dwelling in the past. A long silence greets your words. Astrid whimpers in her sleep. Finally, Brennan pushes himself off the wall. I've been here hiding here long enough. The Watch are tearing the city apart trying to find me. It'll be safer for you all if I stay elsewhere. Brennan, that's not... Just ask that you look after Astrid. Keep her safe. Stay, Brennan. Astrid will want you when she wakes. His shoulders sag. Oh no! Between this and Astrid, I owe you a great deal. My life is yours. Roselle's eye is distant, gazing beyond the walls of the forge. Even after the flames are extinguished, the keep will continue to burn. Both are curses that gnaw at humanity. But hunger pales in comparison to fear. The city knows now how precarious its prosperity truly is. With the illusion stripped, the end begins. Her attention snaps back to you. Come, help me move this girl somewhere comfortable. Help move Astrid! You carry Astrid into the storeroom and place her on a pallet under a blanket. She shows no sign of waking. You wonder how long she'll be comatose, and what you'll tell her when she wakes up. We reached the end of chapter 2! 11. I got 2 days of exhausted. Ah! Hooded man! Huh. A figure slips through your door as silently as smoke. Hood drawn low, scarf wrapped high. Only the eyes show between, with pinpoint pupils that nervously flicker from corner to corner. He sets something on the counter. A meticulously detailed sketch of a short blade. I need this copied. Exactly. Any particular reason you're hiding your face? I'm sure you can imagine the reason, Smith. You've been in this business long enough. Anything else? Every detail that matters. It must be exactly as I remember it. 117 on 7? Hell yeah, let's go. Alright, bet. And taper width. That's too much taper. That means the point goes to there. This one shows that it's the slightest bit too thin. And the point needs to be... Oh no, the point is totally wider. We're gonna have to bring it down quite a bit. That's too broad. Why is it too broad? Where is that line supposed to be then? It's not giving me a blue. I can't tell what side I'm on. Is that it? That's it. Now, what do we got here? That looks like History of the World and Seven Swords, perhaps. Maybe. Oh, what are you? Round. What do I have that's round? You? No. No. What are you? Why are you going back all the way? Why is this? What is happening there? Ridge Point's getting recessed weirdly. Oh no, that's just Ridge Point. Too long out that way. Yes. And then we have... That is the hex, I think. And you're one of the new ones, aren't you? Might have a feral. Pommels, here we go. No. You? That looks a little bit more than a little bit exact. Does it have stiffness? It has stiffness, damn it. Oh. I see you. We're ever so slightly on the inside. Alright. I'll add the cross-section in. It doesn't need impact, but it does need thickness. Or it does need stiffness. So if I... How am I doing here? 3.5. Does that change thickness? Can I get both? Damn it. Let's back off the taper. Damn it. Speed. That is the correct one. No mistake on that. Sharpness. What do you want from me here? 2.9. I'm slightly too wide on the point. What's happening here? $2.9. How am I getting... How am I keeping stiffness? Come on. Come on. Come on. No, I need a narrower point, too. This gotta come down lower. How was that not a narrow point? There's your narrow point. Speed and stiffness. How can I get my speed up? Grip. What was this? Strong, taper, thick? Required 3. What do you mean? I'm at the exact amount. This is too small, is it? Come on. It's gotta be... This is the right pommel, right? There is no other pommel that could fill that perfectly. No, no. That is the right pommel. That is specifically the right pommel. If I swap this out for a hex, strong, taper, thick, I'm at also 3. Fine wood. Now that'll make it worse. Can I do a cross-section shenanigan? There's her stiffness gone. How is this not up? Come on. I can do a taper thickness. That's at 1.2. I can do a taper thickness up here, like way up here. Come on, why is the speed not going up? Come on, man! This need to be longer. Dog. Dog. Famfoken. What do we got? Is there anything I could do to replace this, to make this... That brings the balance back further. 25 grams. Do we have anything that beats 25 grams in materials? I don't think so. Well, I mean, technically, yes. We've got fine wood. Normal wood? 19 grams. If I sneak this out like that, that's our speed +1. But now we're too high. Bastards. What can I do to fix this? Balance is too far back for the perfect ideal. Land on the cross-section? Stiffness +1. There it is. Grain for grain. There is one spot with the tiniest flicker. And it's this. Near the tip. The hooded man holds the dagger. Ah, yes, was it. Tears shining in his eyes. He chokes back a sob. It's exactly as I remember. He wraps the dagger carefully, tucks inside his coat. Hope your blade serves you well. Oh, it will. It will. He counts coins onto your counter. Exact change. Then he's at the door, one hand on the latch. That if you never saw me, Smith. Dog ain't see shit. And I didn't get the 95% achievement. The hell? We're going to the steady state. I'm getting some fucking pie. You know what I got after this stream? Fucking pie. Approach the bar, Nikau. Nikau, my boy. Buy a hot meal. I need to put fat on my belly. Nice talking to you, Nikau. A new day has dawned. Still exhausted? Yeah. Increases your AP. Reduces your AP. Fuck you! Julian! You again. Osco. I know, we got Julian and Julian. I don't have enough points for both of them. Joshin. Oh, is Joshin like paying? Joshin's paying. He wants 6 gold and he's paying 3. That's plus 60 onto the cost. Which is plus what, steel? Plus 12 steel. That's 24 steel? At 5 each? Yeah, we're still rolling in. This is exactly the thank you, Joshin. Hope you like rebar. I'm gonna start doing commoners swords. Broad point, 3 risers, 2-handed, easy. Point. There's a broad point. I don't want to give him something that'll fold like tin. It's very sharp. It's got the stiffness of a thought, but, you know. Oh, what's a good guard to put on this? Sellsword. Something's gonna have to be gold. And bring this down. There we go. Okay, sellsword was the right call. Grip. Wants it 2-handed, does he? He'll get 2-handed. Give him a riser. Oh. What happened to that? There's a... Oh. Yes, that would explain where it went. Riser. Small riser. And he wants silver. Well, silver is easy enough. We'll just do silver here. Silver here. There's your silver. Bob is your personal uncle. Slap a pommel on it. It's a ring pommel. Surprise. Point of balance. Right here. He can kill people with this. Thought stiff. Oh, hilt is not finished. What do you mean my hilt is not... Oh. There you go. Contented seal. Oh. Now I need to start arming the peasants. Joven! God, you're paying back half the thing and paying on top? Like, oh boy, what do you got? Stiffness? And leather. I hate that. Cross-section. Sometimes I kind of wish I was back out around the edge of the camp. Just because you come in like, these guys have 3 AP commissions every day. And you're like, oh. Change thickness. Let's keep it at an 8. This guy obviously wants a shiv. Narrow point? Oh, regular point. Weird. Doing something with this. Well, let's set him up for parrying. Where are our bends? Do I not have hilt bend parts? Oh, there it is. That'll get you parrying. One-handed. Slim. And give him a nice sphere pommel. Sphere. That's a word they decided to keep. Sphere. Where's our pommels gone? Down here. Sphere. Pop. Material leather. Indigo. I think you're giving purple. We good? Offside. What are we making for you? I need a short sword with really long quillets. So you want a parrying dagger? Yes. Baller. You. I want to recover my gold. I think I'm good on gold. I think I could do with the steel. That blood or rust. Well, let's break up some chains. End the day. Houndsburg. Do I even want to join the league? I don't think I do. Thought you were someone else, yeah. Return to the forge. Who did this? Yeah. Let's build up some shit. How am I doing on Houndsburg? Almost maxed out. Anointed, almost maxed out. Let's get a lot of coin. No noble commissions for a bit, I think. 120, 600, and question. Make a sword, plain, shapeable, and sharp. Judging by the gleam in his eye and the crook to his grin. Sorry, bud. Weapons beyond repair. 10 and 9 and 6, 95, 3, 15. At 720. Yeah, I think I'll take that. And salvage. So 10. Or I could do 8 and 5, which is keep my family safe. Not memorable. Not memorable in any way. Oh. You're also giving me good shit. And you're also giving me... Oh, man, people are just coming up with the good shit today. All according to Keikaku. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Man, I miss my capris. Especially with the summers getting hotter. This one's keeping the house safe, right? Speed, mobility. Doesn't need stiffness. Giving her a rapier. In fact, I think I'm literally just giving her a rapier. We're going to put a point on. Narrow point? Hell yeah, she wants a rapier. Taper thickness. Change thickness. Down to 0.4, that should be good. Two-handed. Oh, that's not a rapier. Oh, well, it is now. Two-handed, huh? Still use a cup. Cross-section. That'll be fine. Actually, hold on. We'll go up to here. And we'll, in fact, make it longer. Change length. Come on. There we go. That's too long. 86. Where's that cross-section gone? Up here. We're going to put a tiny fuller in there. All the way to the edges. Let's see. That should be it for the blade. In fact, I'll put on a taper width. That'll keep itself. Take off the taper thickness a bit. Oh, that's the other way. Wrong way. Yeah, get you up to 2. That'll keep. And now the second we put the grip on, which will be quite a bit easier than it normally would be. Bit of slope. Solingen Malchus. Actually, square cross. Wide. Give her the old slim. And give her a pommel. Oh, two-handed, right. Two-handed. Speed is easy. It's gonna be a weird one for you, miss, but it'll work. Here's your mobility. What can I put in here that's lighter than that? Oh, that won't do it for us, will it? I don't like selling rat tails. How's our speed? Mobility, 2.3. Oh, how can I get a bit more? Mobility is, there's our mobility. Alright, we'll put a 4 ring on then. Compromise. Sync? I actually just take this off. Raise this up. There we go. To who? With 2 O's. This is a reference to Jabberwocky, Lewis Carroll. She tests the blade's weight. Carefully slides into her market basket. Ma'am, that's over 1 meter long. You'll sleep better tonight. She just puts it through the bottom of the basket. Big old sword blade hanging out the back. She's like, yes, that should do exactly what I needed to do. Goes back into her house pretending like nothing's wrong. Everyone's looking at the fucking rapier hanging from it. Accept this offer now? Yes, I guess I will. to who? To wit, to who a merry note. That's not Jabberwocky. That's Shakespeare. God. While greasy Joan doth keel the pot. That was a good day. Yeah, end the day. Huh. I'm good on that front. House of Quiet. Let's hit the Magisterium again. Get some lore out of this, and then we'll go over to creative mode. Where's Magisterium? Marigors. Magisterium. Please read. Please read me. No. Let me read. Visit the Scriptorum. Enter the Corpus Caelestis. Look for books on world history. Creedhaven's Charter. Text traces how Naran outcasts founded a great city of Creedhaven on principles of religious freedom and fair trade. After it was conquered by Talind, the city's ethos came to dominate the kingdom rather than the other way around. City-state's ethos. The book also describes the Keeping, a blessing woven by Anointed of Canthos that halted the decay of goods within Creedhaven's limits. Food remained fresh, iron never rusted, and flowers ever held their bloom. 40 XP. Night has fallen and you need to head home if you want to avoid the curfew. Canthos, god of probably death, dying, or the dead. Or rot. What do we got coming up here? That was a sound. What was that sound? Oh, Androe. Auto. Accepted. I think that's a bug. Well, I mean, we'll take it. He's given us stuff for it. There was no billet accept. Man who steps into your forge is an easy manner. His eyes roam about your workshop as though tracing the path of an invisible bee. Name's Gem, and you're barely paying. But you are paying. Brain slug. Eh. If we're to remain steadfast, how much are you paying? 50. Plus stuff. I bet. Bug. Ah, yeah. It is brain slug. Oh, Yamo. What are you paying? 70. 5 and 8. Kind of sword. Impact, mobility, stiffness. With a weight requirement. Sure. We'll start with this one. Let's see what we got here. Huh. I think we'll be able to do it better if we keep the blade short. I don't actually need that much in the way of change thickness, not for this one. Good point. Regular point. As we give it a hilt. Weight needs to go up. Easy fix. History of the World and 7 Swords, Volume 1. Oh, that lost me literally all of my mobility. Alright, let's give its length a little longer. Change its thickness. Wrong direction. And we need a tiny bit of mobility. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to change width at the base. This direction. Can I fudge the balance a bit here? There we go. Caster. You are casting your hand. Caster shot. Slug. The faiths will fall before me like wheat before a scythe. You know, I'm definitely giving somebody problems giving all these religious, I don't know if the word extremists is correct. These religious folks. Why do I have 7 pings? Ah, good. That is a good reason to have those pings. Not one that I'm going to stop the stream for. But, like... Yeah, Fred is getting to politics. Like, actually into politics. Like, actually doing things. IRL. Oh, no, go back. We still have... Yamos and Androes. Change length. So you have a speed and a sharpness and a balance. And it doesn't look like that matters, because I'll just taper the shit out of it. Blade length. Hand and a half. I know what I'm making. There's only one thing that needs to happen here. Make it broad, make it like 5 at the base. Width. 4.95 is close enough to 5. Change thickness. Bring it down to 0.6. That'll be close enough. There we go. We're going to taper width. Narrow point. Hell yeah. We're going to taper thickness. That'll be fine. We've got the cross-section on already. Perfect. We're going to put the point on. There's our point. Yeah, this is going to fly. Like, all of these are going to line up. Sellsword. We'll do the normal... we'll do a taper to it. Just cuz. Oh, no. You know what? No, that... I like the step. It's growing on me. Yeah, because this is going to be shortened up like that. And then... it'll be a wheel pommel. Can I do this? Oh, so close. Actually, what I should do here... oh, no, too long. Where's that riser? Can I do square cross and get a better... ah, that'll do it. I hate that that'll do it. Malchus. There you go. Mustache. Without the O. That is sometimes in it. Now we get Androes. Andre. Androy. Change length. You've got a sharpness, stiffness. This is one-handed. This is the one-handed version of the sword I just made. Sharpness and stiffness, not speed. Put a cross-section on it. Crack it open like a... I don't know where I was going with that. Not cracking open the sword at all. Five? Yeah, because we're going to need that stiffness back. Point. Gonna add some width. There we go. Well, he got what he asked for. One-handed. Material leather. Hilt is not finished. Yeah, okay. Orange. Yeah, that's what I thought. Do I just need a pommel? Yeah, that one works. Stunner. Unremarkable. Yes, very unremarkable. Is that everybody? Yeah, it is. We got bank from that. We're back up to 2,600. End of the day. Let's go steady stay again. We'll do one more day. Actually, we'll get up to 18, which is probably one more day. Nice talking to you, Nico. And then we'll move over to creative. Nice talking to you, Nico. Pleasure was mine. Come back soon, leave the inn, continue, and beggar. Just beat. Absolutely. What is he beating a beggar with and or at? Are they just playing MTG? You walk outside and the guardsman is like, I'm still winning. You haven't got any new cards. Draw your last pathetic hand, Yuki. Oh, hold on, I just noticed we got a nice big rasp here. Series of hammers, all very far away from the forge. Oh no, there's a couple on the anvil. A couple swords on the rack. Chains. We left the cobwebs where they are. Good. I want no bugs when I'm forging. What are we? Oh, we need steel. Badly. We're not taking that. Let's take. Got 9. And he's paying for himself. $9, $14, and 2 salvages. Oh, you're like paying for yourself. There we go. Forge. There we go. And balance. Speed, mobility, blade length, and balance. So, fairly even. We're going to... hand and a half? Well, we got speed then. Hand and a half just like makes speed exist. With the cross-section on, this is essentially going to be Noble's sword. Change thickness. Look, at the moment I get this down to here. That's perfect, actually. Hand and a half regular point. 3. There we go. And literally just slap this on. Hand. Half. And balance needs to come back. In fact, we're going to do a taper thickness. That's change thickness. We got ourselves actually a decent sword. It could be better, but it's got 2 in every spot. Zealous fast. Maybe I should call it steadfast. Joshan, forge. He's got a really low weight requirement. and a really high stiffness. We're gonna not give him much in the way of... Hold on, we'll get the cross-section on. If I put a point on this... and then just put the grip on, is that gonna count? Let me try something. Where's a pommel? Slap you on. Yeah, this works. Carver Demon. Yep, saber. Don't worry about it. You need a blade, a grip, and a pommel. That's it. Good to go. What else do we do with the day? Oh, I guess we're fine. We are so close. We are at... We're not even 2K. We're a little less than 1.5K off. Steady stay, get the pie. Approach the bar. Cannon with the banger of music. Nice talking to you, Nico. Pleasure was mine. Feed the inn. Forgot to feed Clodo. We feed Clodo first thing. Good dog. Good. Do you have anything to say? No. Do you have anything to say? Nope, we're good. Yago! Dude is paying for himself by a lot. 3 on 6 for... Oh shit, what do we... Hold on. 4, 5, 4, 8... I can get 3... Oh, that's Osco, though. And Ezekias is also, Gift to grandson. Yeah, you're 90. 45. No, you're fine. We're good. Speed, mobility, and stiffness. And fuck all weight. What the fuck are you going for, buddy? Is this a kunai? Do you just want a kunai? Doesn't need sharpness. Sure. Let's get that minimum length. Get that cross section in before I forget. I have to fight with it for the next 50 years. We would just take that out. Point. Arrow point. Keep that change thickness going. We slap a hilt on it and we call it a day. What do you even want, Yago? What are you trying to do? Silt Slayer. Good old noun verber. If you ever need a name, just make the noun verber. I could do 4 on Tomos. Gift for the grandson, Swords of the East. One-handed. We'll hop over to creative mode now in a second. Just gonna make sure this is where it needs to be. Needs to have some degree of thickness, or sharpness. Regular point. Give him a Suba. Give him a grip. Give him a pommel. Not enough resources. Oops. Ooper. Fine bladesmith. Hope my grandson takes proper care of it. Dog, I hope your grandson comes back in tomorrow asking for a better sword. I don't feel good about that one. Nothing we can forge there. We're gonna break up our steel. Break up our wood. And we're gonna go get more. We are a hair's breadth. Scrap peddler. Survey his wares. Hop, 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 hop. Good. And we need wood. We need wood. Goodbye to the peddler. We're gonna go to Marigor's. Read a book on smithing. And then we'll go back to creative. You get to see what my upcoming entry for the next competition is going to be. Corpus Calestis. Ooh. Text about Aaron Keep from Shrine to City. Well, we already read this one. Set aside and keep researching. Architecture of the High Citadel. Oh, that would have been handy. The text offers a detailed analysis of how Aaron Keep's builders adapt the challenges of constructing on its rocky promontory. The High Citadel sits atop a network of natural caverns and tunnels requiring complex work to reinforce its foundations. Some of these tunnels are so winding and so deep they're essentially unexplored. Success! Amid the dry recounting of masonry techniques, you find interesting tidbits. Every attempt to map the caves ended with the cartographers either going missing or insane. Oh my god, it's Mountain! It's the lyrics of Mountain. The Sorcerer's Gate is beneath. In a particularly tragic event, some years before the Sundering, a pregnant woman accused of heresy fled into the caves and never returned. 75 XP. Oh, come on. What am I at? I'm 70 XP off. Wild. Come on. Crows. Brandon. Jushin. Think of Jushin. Though Magisterium shows up a lot less. 11, 5, 60, so 55, and wood. History reward. 660. Boo! That's a weird one. That's a weird one. Broadpoint one-handed. Stiffness, speed, mobility, and sharpness. Huh. Huh. Two, 4, 4, 7. Lodgings are not the friendliest after dark. What am I getting with this? Advanced blade shaping. No questions. Clodo. Lucky Charm. Feed Clodo. Pet Clodo. Yeah, we'll take Delilah. That's most of her stuff for the day. If I put sharpness on this, that's hold it. 1 second. Oh no, I need the blade length. That's where we lose all of our shit. One-handed broadpoint. Broadpoint. Stiffness, sharpness, we'll add a little bit of broadness to it. Go back to the point. Broad point. Balance, we'll bring that back. No problem. Even though it's one-handed. I think they just want a Viking sword. Why did I... Where did I lose sharpness? Convexity. Let's get that Peterson. Now I just need a pommel. Wait, why did that... There we go. Send it. Knowledge preserve you. There it is, level 18. Advanced blade shaping. Because it's going to come up. Practical mastery is nice, but... Hell yeah. Narrow grind and flamboyance. Then we have 4. I'm good on gold. 3. I'll just get more steel. I'm always buying steel. And we'll save. On to creative mode. Save game. And main menu. Creative mode. So, the current theme of the community challenge is Wayfinder. This was my original idea, my very first idea for it. Which, need to get a specific angle for it. This is the tang of the sword, wrapping itself around like a ribbon. And, interestingly, it is a ribbon. Not a rod. We don't have ribbons in the game, so that's kind of fucking cool. Voices come from within. Haha, you know, the voices have left and all that fun stuff. My second idea was to use a sword that kind of just showed like, oh hey, this sword is magic, much the same way. And I wanted it to be kind of water-themed. So I did this. You know, beautiful Lajbichak. Cool handle. The ice is colored by the light patching. I've got this cool-ass water thing coming up. I turned it into a snake at the last second. Someone else already had this idea. Not the whole setup, but enough of it that I'm like, I already got my piss name. I'm gonna let that person stand out. Throw that one in later. Then I was like, you know what? Let's talk about a different way to be a wayfinder. Let's talk about a guide. What happens if you have a guide for your sword? And we're going to go to the appropriate environment. I believe is this one here. You know, we got a cool sword going here. We got ourselves one of the Tajik-esque hilts. I'm gonna do a bit more sculpting. We have our kanda, ikakalaka, Ilando-ish tip, Ion Z style. And of course, who is helping us make it but the three-tongued serpent, who waits in the dark to guide us. So we're going to take that off the screen and we're going to focus on the blade. And I'm going to keep it in focus as this until I go to take the pictures. We've got a nice flamboyance going up. I'm going to do some more stuff with the fullers. As you can see, I got a Pierce fuller going up almost all the way. Almost a Pierce fuller. It would be Pierce, it would be poked through. We're going to cast this up a bunch. Thumb is already hurting, but that's because I gotta work out the carpal tunnel that's setting in. A lot of the times carpal tunnel is going to be thumb-based nonsense, especially where we're using a mouse a lot. So if you put your hand out flat and you pull down on your thumb, like you're telling someone to stop and then you just pull down on your thumb a bit, you'll feel it on the middle of your forearm. In my case, that is my adductor. Adductor? The opponents, and there's the other one. I forget the other one. Maybe my abductor. One of my thumb muscles is doing it. Also, good time to stretch out ulnar nerve. You can look up ulnar nerve stretches, but if you know how to make glasses with the OK sign, by turning your hand upside down, palm skyward, putting those over your eyes, you feel that in your pinky, that's your ulnar nerve being too tight. Highly recommend everybody look into how to keep their body repaired, because this shit is made out of, like, really bad glue. I'm just already a fuller here. There we go. One down. There we go. And that should be the right length. I'm gonna do this sort of half-saw undulation. What would you call that? Trapezoid undulation? Hitting on the square wave vibe, that's one too long. Going up the blade. I'm gonna make it like a nice, but also definitely me blade. There we go. That's a little too long. There we go. Put some care into it. Oh, wrong direction. That was the right length. That one's a little too big. Oh. Should be in order. There it is. You are a tiny bit too big. I think a bunch of you are. Doesn't need to be perfect, but it shouldn't be eye-catching. That one too long? Most recent one is one too long. There we go. I love it. There's the slightest hint of it off the side. As soon as you go to look, you're like, oh, what's that? Nope, zooming back in. Haha. Always err on slightly too narrow for these. There we go. It's the right length. No, too long and too wide. What? Oh, it redid the thing. We'll do too long, too wide. You, get up here. That's too narrow. There we go. Me having to put in more effort than it would be to actually chisel this part of the fuller in. There you, I see it now. I see how to do it. My eyes are adjusting. How you looking? Too short. There we go. There we go. Just heat up the blade, smash it with the chisel. Inline hit, inline hit, inline hit. I wouldn't be able to do it physically. My arms are not that good. My body, made of, like, I don't know, bad plastic. You to there. Whatever they're doing in here, they're going to have to start from scratch. We should have stole their books. You're a sunner. You live on the sunny side. God, sorry. I realize I got lost in thought about the campaign. We should have stole their books. Ah, it's gonna bother me. That look right. That one doesn't. That one's a little too thick. Think about them calling us sunner. Fuller, rounded. I have no idea what I'm going to do when I get up here. We're almost there, so I got to decide. That's it. Gonna continue this pattern up as high as I can. That looks right. We got another couple undulations left. Starting to hurt the thumb a little bit, though. I get more collagen in my body, which is fine because I got soup to make. I remember also today is a day for wraps. That's a little too wide. And that should be good. Yeah. I do love the style of sword. Ever since Soul Calibur 2, when I was like, Requiem, such a cool sword. That was one of the early swords you could get for Nightmare. Soul Calibur 2. And I fell in love with that shape. But I found out it was a real shape. It was mostly just culturally appropriated. But not like in a way that damages the culture a lot. It just kind of doesn't give them the limelight they deserve. And so I like spreading the, like, hey, this is a sword that comes from a real place. This is a real sword that comes from a real place. These are Ikakalaka or Konda. Ianzi people, Northwest Congo region. Northwest? There are a few peoples. The Sahel and Congo regions are just a diverse place with a lot of trade. That's too thick. Up here. Go. I think I'm going to turn this into the end of the tongue, as is my wont. Hit this on. Yeah, here we go. We're going to let that sit in that way. Little thinner. That should be good. Then we're going to bring out all the side fillers. Fewer of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll balance this here. How far out is that? It's pretty much touching the edges. We'll call you... Are you the best one for it? You might be the best one for it. That's too much. We're gonna bring this down to here. Yeah, edge of the third. Start of the edge of the third for each pattern, yeah. So bop, 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 and then the next one. That looks... Oh, that's too wide. That needs to be significantly narrower. In fact, yeah, it just closed up entirely, is it? Yes. Yes, good. Okay. Closed up entirely. Remembering my pattern. 1, 2, 3. We get it to the end of the third. Closed up entirely. We'll do that in a moment. Control Z. We're gonna have to open it back up so I can get this along the side, because I don't want it to pinch it. I want it to kind of ignore it. Get a little bit of distal there. The ring is blue. Maybe I can go along this way. Wait. There's a tool for this. There we go. Start of the third. So I actually need to... There we go. End of the third, rather. Check off you. No need to that. And then... Is that a little too thin? That's a little too thin. Options, hammer, offset. There we... Can you use that better? That's better. Side fullers. Rounded. There we go. Up. In. 1, 2, 3. End of the third. 1, 2, 3. End of the third here, and then we'll leave that one to its fate. I realize I don't need to take that one away. We'll put the offset in. Bring the offset all the way up. Width. We don't need width. Oh, back up there. There we go. That actually does kind of look a little cool, a little pinched. But I do want to keep the pattern. Looking pretty good. Kind of move this back a bit. There we go. That reads well. And one more. Side fullers rounded. Options, sliders. This one comes in here and ends here. Side fullers rounded. Which one is... Is our last side fullers rounded here? This one is. This final one will bring in all... Oh, right. This part here. That is tempting right there. Can I do up a little tiny bit more? That's the end of the thing, is it? Nope, it's not. Oh, we're still fighting the flamboyance down here. That's why that's happening. Right there's the end of the flamboyance ability. Take out the width. How are we doing? That looks pretty sick. Oh, we can turn this last fuller. Second last fuller. We can turn that one up to an eye. There we go. And what was it? 3 and 3? Yes. Now we'll keep the length. Keep the length just as a readability thing. So people get distracted into the pattern. That might need to be moved back a pixel. That one needs to be moved back a pixel. What is that? Side fuller 4? Oh, it's this one. Okay, you need to be moved back here. Yes, good. 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 You're... Wait, where you need to be, actually. You're a little too far forward. Well, not far forward enough. There we go. First side fullers. The very first side fullers. Let's move that away from the edge. No, that was fine. I want to put a cross section on the very end of this. Little tiny spoilers. I want to do cross section here. I want to lift it up and just chamfer it a little. And bring you out to here. So it doesn't read as punched in. Especially on this section here. Can I round it? Rounding it looks kind of cool. I'm going to take it off the end here. Yeah, that's striking. Alright, now which parts of the blade do we polish? Do I have polish set up at all? No, thank goodness. Let's try blade like half max. Half critical. Honestly, that doesn't look bad at all. Let's do... Do I want to do TE? Or do I want to not do TE? I don't think I want to do TE. I think I want to leave this kind of plain. Leave this as it is up here. I might sculpt out these scales a bit. Because I don't need to do the gnome tech. I can let this sit as it is and then have the guy in the background just being like, hey, are you doing it right? And let that speak for itself, you know? Oh, that. That's a little thick. Where's the point? If I move this back by, like, that much. No, I really like those points. This is a problem, but we can do this. I'm gonna have to do some shit if I want to do that, aren't I? Fuck it. I just want the wow factor. I want people to be like, Nero, what the fuck? Again. I want this to be borderline boring. Now, barring the giant fuck-off creature, how are we looking? We're at 23 out of 60. We're only 3 centimeters wide. Is that too narrow? It's kind of thin. I like the shape, though. I want to preserve that proportion. Hold on. I gotta think. Where's my meter stick gone? There's my meter stick. Alright. 3 centimeters. That's like rapier thick the entire way up, isn't it? That's rapier thick the entire way up. A very thin blade. If I bring that up to 6, literally double it, how bad does life go? Good. Change width. Whole thing. You know what? We're going to add another change width, and we're going to use that to scale, because it's going to scale the whole thing equally. Change width. Bring that out to 6. Okay. We widen everything. I'm gonna have to... don't like that. Point of balance, negative. What do you mean, negative 151 centimeters? Oh, yeah, no, actually, that makes sense. Considering. Beep, 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 beep. I love that. Skibbity beep, 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 beep. How am I gonna make that read the same, though? Do I want a taper thickness? Actually, where's that last... Is that a taper width? Who's got the... You've got the thing. Your cross-section. You do. If I do this, that brings it all the way out. If I do this the other way, no. No, I need another change width. Out here. Bring it out. Taper it. I can get that to the dead even taper. 3. I think that's the best one for this purpose. Maybe like a light curve there. Kind of do want... Oh, I need to get up past this. 3, 4. 4 will do it. Still curving a little bit. Now, how do I fix this? I think the piercing is fine. How do I... Are you the one that's going all the way up? Is that this one? Is that this one? That's wide. Do I want to try... Oh, don't fuck off. I want to try this. And keep... That might be it. That might be it. Then I need to round out all of these. Where's our first fuller of this type? Where's our first side fuller of this type? Lead this down to here. Round. Oh, it goes all the way, so we go... These are all side fullers, right? Round this one. And we don't round it that much. We just round it a little. What do we got here? Do I want the tinfoil look? I think I do. I think I want this to coalesce here. That's a little easier. Does that flow yet? that flows there. That reads okay. Let's see how it does on the second one. End of the third. It's to the point where I could almost do like a middle one here. That's not going to look good. Where's my offset? It's too wide. There you go. And open and he's round better. What is happening here? What the fuck is happening here? Oh, that's the end of this one, right. Where's the previous one, then? No, that makes no sense. That's part of the main one. Why is that doing that? What the fuck is happening with this? That's 5? Oh. Okay, we're going to stick for 1 for now. Okay, round isn't bad. Let's go back to round. Still no idea what the fuck's happening there. Who are you? 2? Yeah. That's here. There. And to this one, bring it up to here. This one here, bring it up to here. This one here, bring it up to here. Actually, this one deserves another side fullers. Rounded. Put on the end. Take this back to here. Get this out. Oh, this one needed offset correction to there. And the last major one also needed offset correction. Oh, almost had it. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. Oh, this one on the bottom gets wider. Let's see if I can grab this here. And then get rid of this. Give you... Hold on, we had it. How can we line that up better? That's the first side fillers, I think? Second side fillers. Is this main one? This is the main one. Let's change the width out and bring them back in. That's looking okay. Still not happy with it. The 3 centimeters was nice, but it was way too thin. Now we can... where's our change width, our last change width? Here. You, I believe. We need to go the other way. We need the opposite of that. So if I did this all the way to this side and this all the way to this side. Yeah, opposite of what we want. Where... We'll take it back a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit, and then we'll take the cross section. The main one. And a tiny bit. That reads better. By a lot. What are we at now? We're at 5. We were at 6. 5 is broad. It's a short sword to begin with, right? Let's throw on... Let's change the lighting around a bit. Do I want to do more sculpting on the blade? I don't think I do. I might want to put here and add another fuller. And the reason I'm adding this fuller here is now I have represented up to here, I think. Now I have represented as let me grab this. Hill mode. So I can see. Give it a minute. Now I have the 3-tongued serpent going into the 3-tongued serpent going into the 3-tongued serpent. Which is, in terms of theming, pretty on point. This last fuller, drag out. This last side fuller here. Drag this one out. I'm going to start dragging that out from here. That should read as the sides coming in to accommodate the snake. That reads better. Good. Visual language, yes, good. That is looking pretty snazzy. Schnazzy. Just watching the fuller in the middle go up in the cross section. Good. Let's... How am I going to hilt this? I think I'm going to first... I gotta hide this. Do I want to just go for the hex? And just pop it in like this. Make that Dragon Blood. I think I know where we're getting dragon blood steel from. Ahoy. Funny Bone, what are you? You're a feral. It's gonna be a short grip, so we'll do this. I sink this in without killing everything, only a little bit. How wide is that? That should be fine there. Little bump. Index your top 2 fingers around it and your bottom 2 underneath. And that's the Canthos set. Oh. Can I turn one of these around? Hey, I can do that without that. We can fit this in thusly. I can deepen those fullers there, that's no problem. Plug it in that way. Call that. And then we'll do we want to do a triple on... How do we want to do a triple? We have the option for a triple here. There's no fipple on the fipple. What are they doing? I can do end of song. End of song. And where's the sacrum? End cap. That's pretty cool. Let's fix those bottom fullers. Those are the nearmost bottom fullers? Where are we? You. I'm gonna add another set in. We'll call it smooth so I can spot it. Take this out. Did I just make a fuller or side fullers? That's a fuller. Add side fullers. This way I can grab you, haul you down. That's kind of a cool effect, but not what I'm looking for. The light is absolutely fighting with us. Like, I got my shadows up on high, and it's just like, nah, mate. Yeah, it doesn't do what I needed to do. I need that. Let's see. We're gonna see if I can get somebody with a better PC to take the images. What colors are we doing on this? That actually looks pretty fucking good. Honestly, so does the ivory. Can I depolish the ivory even further? The light's too harsh. I'm gonna have to change that around. That's not the grimmest one. That's the grim one. So how do we set this up properly? If I start here, near the tip of the blade, go down, and end here, zoom out, and then look up to here. Control 2. Control 1. Looks pretty decent. What if... Okay, what if I start here? Control 1. Whooshing! Hell yeah, that's a good one. The sword is the less important part, right? I'm going to shrink these by a lot. In fact, I'm just going to toss that one out. Check you. Does that read fine? And can I sync you? Wrong way. Tell your buddy. Butt it up properly. A sacrum and a coccyx in the wrong spot. Ideally, this would be the coccyx, right? This would be right here. Oh, that's a convenient spot for it. We'll park that idea. I do like the idea. I kind of wish we could get rid of these polygons right here. Might be able to. We just have to have a very, very thin change thickness. Huh. And... Yep. That's kind of doing what I wanted to do. Is that what I needed? Might be what I needed. Yeah, that's what I needed. Alright, good. Looks like the bone is hugging it, right? I need the tiniest adjustment on this section. Now, where's our standard grip? Because I want to be a little bit less than 10 centimeters. That should be perfect, actually. No gold shadow, no TE. Just a bone sword. Makes precisely no sense. But also still works so well. Spacebar. Alright, let's pick a song. What song would I go for here? Not quite. How about this one? Just as a startup. Not quite thematic. Glory to the Brave, Sundown, Invicta, Raindrops of a Deem, Fires Far by Miracle of Sound is not a bad shout. Let's take out the music here. Ooh. Wishmaster, Silence of the Darkness, Awake, Planet of the Apes, The Mighty Masturbator. We'll put that one on later. Villainous. What's this? Tempting. Oh, do I have a source for that? Is that coming up on the audio? Let's see if that's coming up on the audio. Yeah, okay, you guys can hear that. Ooh, that is very tempting. Wizard, Castle Rat. None of those. Icy Fire. Tempting. What do I want to go for? Ooh. We only need like a few seconds, right? Dionysus. Dionysus got some good stuff. Ramblin' Rover. Nah. Tamlin. Tamlin's tempting. And 4. $18 seconds. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's way too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Could do some more. Let's try 2. Oh. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Let's try it. Let's bring this over to this screen here. We'll do you. Perfect enough. Start from the beginning. Pause there. Space pace. And then the tongue. Tempting. Fade out there. Okay. We'll put that Tamlin on the list. Wheel of Time, Nosferatu. Cooley's Reel is a favorite, but I've already used Cooley's Reel. I Am the Abyss by Shilmagogna. So it's at 12 seconds, I think. This thing goes absolutely bonkers. No, this stays quiet for too long. If I do 3... No, that's too slow. Virus, Lucatarilli. No. Light, no theme. Nah, too grungy. Too dirty. Completely different vibe. What are we doing? The healer's got a good opening. Maybe the Coming Curse? Iced Earth? And Station Eden does have one of my favorite starts. Too hype. Same thing with Dynavelt. We're gonna pick something. I also definitely need to decorate this part of the sword here. The first set of tongues, sorry, second set of tongues. More. How would I do that best? My hands hurt. I don't want to, like, go too hard. But I say that. Think about that in a minute. Ars Normativa, which they've got misspelled. Tank. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Cowboy Bebop is an excellent anime. It's not my favorite. I don't know if I'd put it in my top 10, but it's one of the ones where I could watch it again and have no problems. Let's go back up to the top. The Balatro main theme? Maybe. His name is Sanuzal. Nah, too self-aggrandizing. Ooh. No. Too melancholic. What key was that in again? Nope. Nope. Figure that one out later. Diablo. Too slow. Too fast? Too fast. You. Let the guard bound blingin'. That's the next one down. That's already tied to another one. Shularoon. Too melancholic. What was this one? Bonk Me Up Before You Go from Mega Bonk. Well, shall I tell you, what was this one? Longing Instrumental. How's it do for 12 seconds? Too hype. Oh. Too slow. No. How about some Epic Mountain? Very hype. Let's not nuke the moon. I'm struggling on that one. Why is this only showing 665? Of definitely I have more than 665. Oh no, apparently I only have 665 like songs on this. I don't think I started with Queen of Argylle though. Oak and Ash and Thorn, Island to Thyself, Cathedrals of Morning. I don't want to hit the wrong vibe, you know? I want to hit a very specific, like, this is an instructor, but there's a sinister vibe. Tempting for... Oh, what was the one? It was... Tamlin. Tamlin was their best bet. Could also do Bach. Oh, it does have a cannon. The blade has a cannon. That's 18 seconds there. Tempting. This is an interesting version of Scarborough Fair. Nah. We'll go with Tamlin. Once I find it again. Once I find it again. I'll hold that there. Tamlin. Come on, where are you going? Nice long one. Cooley's real. All Your Bass Are Belong to Us, which has nothing to do with Invasion of the Gabba Robots, which isn't even on Spotify. Somehow. Brighter Than a Thousand Suns. Spelled correctly. On the album it wasn't. God Shattering Star. I mean... Nah. How high up was... Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Let's grab you. So it'll be audio. I'm going to mute my voice. We're going to get ourselves in position. View mode. And I want this to be like so extremely like, oh, really? That's all you did, man? That's all you... Oh. Can I get a more dramatic lighting? That's tempting. Can I get more dramatic? Oh, that's kind of tempting. Because then you'll be able to see it when it's down like this. Give it a run through. Comes up, like people are like, why am I still here? Why is it still going? What's this thing in the background? Doesn't read fast enough. It was 18 seconds, was it? Yeah. Can we do 3? Tempting. Let's... What happens if we rotate it a bit more? Bring it back around to this side. This one does top light. There's another one that does bottom light really well. There's the bottom light. That's the one that comes from behind it. Oh no, I can only shift control, so we can do this. It's good. It's got the shock effect. Really want that low angle. I want the head to be above the camera. I want a little bit of detail. That highlight might be the right one then. That's kind of cool. Alright. Shift it to not show the bumpiness. Tempting. 2. How do you do going in behind? No, too bright. That's kind of badass. The light behind. Like, the light behind's a little harsh, right? There's so much contrast you can't see the sword. But you can see the snake. I don't think that's a good enough lighting there. Is there a better angle here? Got a bit of a goofy nose I want to hide. Can I... tiny bit more underneath? No, lights up the face. Oh. No, it lights up the face every time I go to... Oh. That might be it right there. So be like, oh, that's neat. That's kind of a, that's a nice little sword you got there. What the fuck is that near him? Exactly what I wanted it to be. Tutor. Riverbank tutor. Oh, hold on a moment. There we go. I'm gonna decorate this blade with golden runes, like old golden runes. We'll put the music back on. This music. And we're going to go... What would I write in runes? Could I do it in my own conlang? I could do it in my own conlang. No. No. Oh. River Delta tutor. Is that way we got the RDT? Huh? Delta tutor. I'd write it in as... Or would I just decorate it? I think I'd just decorate it. bring this one up higher. Match it with this. Match it with this. Just good old school fashioned, old school patterning. Flip this all the way over. I could flare the tips there, but I don't think I will. And put another one in right here. Tiny imperfection. Can you spot my maker's mark? It's the three-tongued serpent. It's here, and here. And for that matter, down here. And for that matter, the whole blade's it. And for that matter, there's a giant one looking in the corner of the forge. Great success. Wonder if any... to put one on the bottom just to fuck with people. Put this right here. No. There's our Demon Moon, which I'm going to actually take one of the original ideas out. What can we make this into? We do something with the engravings. Do we have a tiny round gem yet? No. We have... oh, we have flat round peens. Let's do a half sphere. Tiny half sphere. Ooh, that does feel a little unnervingly like an eye, doesn't it? Oh. The stud pushes it back. We'll leave that out. Might be able to put a tiny 1 pixel fuller in. Because I want to have it on the anvil, even if it's mostly off the anvil. That's because that's the edge of the snake. There. Why is that the edge of the snake? That shouldn't be the edge of the snake. Oh. It's on an angle. It's gonna be... that's the edge of the snake there. Right there. Lining up with that corner. That corner... draw a line from this corner of the anvil perpendicularly to the thing. Interestingly, it is on the anvil. It's not on the stump, because you can put things through the stump. And we have. There's in fact things hiding in the stump. Now... alright, we'll still use the engravings, because the engravings don't move the thing. Tempting to get the mysterious sigil going. Oh god, that's so tempting. Because it feeds perfectly into the sigil, into the signature. In fact, that's kind of uncanny. There's none of that shit. The leeching rune. That's... yeah, because that goes over the air and keep sigil. Let's take a close look at this again. See if I can see it. Yeah, they couldn't get it to work because they didn't do fine enough a job on this. This part of the seal fits in. No, we'll take that out. Come back to it later. How do I want to do this section? Dagas. 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 So we get this one actually into position and then move the others along to match it. How's that read? Ooh, I could leave it incomplete. Because it's a tutor. I don't like that. Would I do a pattern here, though? Between each fuller. That's kind of fucking clean, yeah. There we go. That's convenient so far. Good thing I was particular in placing these. Makes this a lot easier to go through. Hold that up there. There. A little bit further down. That was a little close together. There we go. We'll put that one... Actually, we'll leave that one off. Is that messy? What if we just... Like, is this better? Clack, 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 clack. Clack, how's that looking? Hard to see with my graphics. Kind of neat. What about... Still can't do that yet. Dragon blood? Does dragon blood go well? It's kind of looking painted. No. What about one of the other gold? One of the metals? Gravies only have one polish. No. We'll do silver. Feels messy. Messy! Getting rid of it. Come on. Here we go. Click gone, click gone, click gone. Gone. Hold on. Why do I have so many messages again? Okay. Okay, we're good. Might leave those two on top. Dagas is the rune of what? Day. No. Well, there's still a little bit more I can do down here, and I intend to. We're going to take a cube. Where's our cube gone? There's our cube. Put a cube on our cube. Twice. Then we're going to take one of our new quillins. Ought to be laminar wine? I can decorate up the side of this. Rather quickly. I can make a lot of things a lot simpler. Not that quillin, I guess. What other quillins do we have? What's a quillin? Ooh, I could. Be a pain in the ass to construct it. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Never mind, not doing that. In fact, just going to grab the cube, get the whole thing gone, grab this cube in here. Where are you gone to? Wrong button. You over here. Mess rectangular. Tempting. What about one of the twists? The new twists. Is less more here? I think less might actually be less. I would do this and flip this. This way. That is kind of tempting. Do the rising cannon again. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna dip this down. Actually, I'm gonna shrink the whole thing, aren't I? Nope. Don't like it. Maybe basics is where we need to be. Let's try basic. If I run that with gold, how am I doing? Gold? That might actually be perfect. We're going to take this cube, get rid of it. I'm going to take a nail. Sham that through there. Find the tip. Where can I stick a nail where I can recognize it? That's why that's happening. I can't see the thing on that. There you are. So I'm gonna put that down there. Grab you. Control Z. Put you on here. And bam, F. FG? No, okay. I'm gonna have to... You go the right way. Okay, that one's perfect. That seems about right. This is going up a little higher. Do this one up here. And then... this G flip. I just crisscross that for a bit. Actually, could just end it there. Bring it in short. And do the same on this side. I don't think I need to do the same on this side. I could just have it as that. And then place... Do I want to run another thing up the center? I don't know if I do. No, we're breaking the symmetry down here. So I probably want to just bring this down to here. Turn this up slightly. There is a perfection that I can accomplish. Ah, so close. We'll call that the best. No one's going... Literally no one is going to look that close, except me. Simple relief. Let's get back to the normal engraving. Can I step this down and get a better effect? Slightly off, move it up. Match at the top. Closer to the edge as well. Closer to the edge. There. No, the engraving order is going to fuck me up. Let's see. Nope. We will put some rings on this, though. Wait, is there just an extra thing down here? If I TE that, what happens? Is anything getting TE'd? Or even aliased? Well, yeah, a little tiny bit of TE. Just a little bit. Glimmer in the darkness. Green, perhaps. Just barely see the slight hint. Ooh. Almost want to do rope wrap. No, I think you're good for there. I'm gonna get this video made, posted up in the challenge. I hope everyone comes by to see it, but I am gonna call it there. Thank you all for joining me on this fine Saturday, which for us is thick, wet, heavy snow day. I will see you again on Tuesday, probably, maybe Wednesday. We're looking at expanding 2 more days of the week. For now, though, scene's done. Controls. Stop streaming. Bye.